do a bubble, you know, when you do a bubble, you only need to think of the reflection. What is the reflection that would be coming off of it? So if we do a big one right in here now, so let's say, where's a place I can put a bubble that's not going to be like, you know, destroying something cool? We can put more down in here. Let's put maybe here. Oh, but we got that thing. That's really fun and cool. You can only pack so much into a painting. Let's put some, I don't know. Let's put it right here in front of this guy, like this. This isn't really all that interesting, so let's blast it with the bubble. So in the end, to make the effect of an underwater bubble, this is what you need. You need to just examine the colors that you're going to put all along the edges of the bubble. And so we've got the inside of it, the outside of it. You're not going to see the inside nearly as much as the outside. The inside might just be visible right through the middle of the underwater bubble. So I'm going to have a real bright reflection that is reflecting this. I'm going to have a blue border where all this dark blue background is next to it. I'm going to be seeing the reflection of this mermaid on this bubble. So just some representation of those colors will be good. So here's how I'll do it. We'll put, you know, let's say there's bright light off the picture up there, and maybe that's barely catching, going behind her back, coming down here, maybe just catching that. These bubbles are blocking the rest of it. So we'll just put a little bit of bright light here. And then maybe over here, coming under, we put more of that bright light. And that makes this the ideal spot. Here, let's grab some of this brown and put the reflection of the mermaid in there. Now we got the reflection of the mermaid going right across here. Okay. Let's get some bright white. Enhance those reflections a little bit. And, you know, we got some bright colors in here. Let's represent those a little bit, coming around that edge. A little darker as it comes around here. We got some colors in here. We got a little piece of green seaweed. Let's do that. Let's put that little bit of green right here, reflecting all this down here, just like this. Right on the edge of that, I've got some green reflecting all those colors. So I'm going to darken that so that it's actually green and not just yellow. It's a reflection, so I never really want a reflection to be as intense as the source. Okay, then here I've got dark environment. Let's put that on there. Black. And it gets scrunched real skinny around the edge of the bubble. Now notice I went all the way to the edge here because it's right in front of that branch. And then if I want to put that glowing gas inside of this, here, let's put this grayer color inside of it first. Not that bright blue. Right there, that looks a little more transparent because the blue is a little more relevant to the rest. This is how you make the reflection on a bubble. Anybody just finding this video? We had to kill the last one. And so sorry, I zoomed the camera out. We can zoom back in if you want to see closer the technique here, but I kind of had to go back to the way I started, try to figure out what went wrong. I can even do a little reflection of her bright green by just putting little spots in here. It doesn't matter, you know, the accuracy of the location I think is like low priority. Just little dots of that green. And now that was way too much white, so I got to go like this, put more green on there. There we go, there's some green. You can hardly see that. do some more of that maroon color right in there. And we lost a little bit of our white that I want coming from over there. So let's put the bright white like that. And then it's going to rapidly get darker as it goes toward the middle of this bubble. Like that. This is how we make that reflection. And so now if I want to put this magical kind of glow inside of it that I'm trying to do, then I just put that red in there and just make the hue shift. I don't know if this is like a shift. No, I think I'm wrong about that. I don't need to shift the hue on this one. I just put the color inside of this bubble that I want to see in this middle area. So whatever I put in the middle, you know, I got to make that have a gradient going outward in order to make it look like a glow. So I got to make sure I have that effect of it blending outward. There, now we've got our mysterious glowing orangish bubble. Want to put bright little highlights in there. Maybe put our brightest orange right there. And let's put a splash of yellow in there, like that. Like maybe there's some fire or something coming out from somewhere. That would be kind of cool. If I put like some lava splitting down one of these sides. Ooh, that's a good idea. I'm going to do that. Do this right in here. Let's come a little closer. Do a jellyfish, please. We could turn that bubble into a jellyfish. All right. Let's do a jellyfish. All right. Now, here's the thing about jellyfish is I don't know what they look like, but I know they're transparent, and I know it's going to be real similar to a bubble. So I'm going to approach it like that, and I'm just going to invent the rest. So let me get that tripod. Let's see if I can get close again to this picture without the camera malfunctioning again. We're going to put a jellyfish somewhere in here. So let's scoot over here. Like this. And then let's zoom into this area. This is a place where I think is a good spot to do a jellyfish, right in here. Okay. Go up in that area, maybe a little bit down, maybe up close to this embankment here. Okay, now it's kind of fun to see this big bubble in here, huh? A bell bubble with tentacles. Yeah, basically that, isn't it? Well, let's try it. Let's just see. Let's see how it comes out. All right, right in here, I'm going to put a jellyfish floating around, like maybe like this. Well, let's give him some texture on his top. Make more than one reflective area. There we go. And let's add a little bit of color to it. Let's make him kind of pink. Let's go like this. And then we're going to see the water going through. So I think it's probably relatively simple. I probably just need to put gradients. Just like a bubble or a cloud, I'm going to blend the edges of my brush strokes. I got to identify where I want edges, you know. And then those edges, I'm going to blend as they come toward the middle. Leave the outside sharper. So I'm going to take this blue, put it here, softer as it goes to the outside. That gradient is what I want to see to give me that three-dimensional shape. Right there, right there. So it just gets darker and darker as it goes to the center. And then if I just put a couple little dots of white, we can add a little bit of reflection to them. Maybe, I don't know how reflective a jellyfish is, but let's just say it's some. So we'll put a little bit of white there, maybe a little bit along here. And then, you know, while we're in the blue color, maybe there's a little bit of a darker. Let's get a little bit more detailed, get kind of a blue color. Put it right around the very edge. Now it's even more reflective because I'm reflecting that background. Blue reflecting on a pink surface makes purple. That's going to get darker. It's going to get darker as it dries, and then you'll see this dark border that I made right there. Then we'll add a little bit more white. You can make another strip right here on the edge under that. Now how about some tentacles? I'm going to get more blue in there real quick. Wherever I put that blue, that's where I have like a face coming toward me where I can see through it more. No idea how I am on accuracy for here. All right, so tentacles coming down. That's a tricky one. All right, let's do this. Let's go. Let's do white again. Let's get like a light pinkish purple. Let's use the magenta. Let's do this. Get a color like this. Actually, what I use red and white on there. Let's get this color. Yeah, let's go like this. Do some skinny lines coming down. Do some more. So if you use this kind of brush, you can get some nice skinny lines. They are nice for that. Seems like there'd be kind of a uniform direction to the flow of these things. You know what I'm going to do when this is over? I'm going to research parts of a jellyfish. And then I'm going to see a whole bunch of things that are not like what I painted. And I'm going to be like, oh, man. That's what's going to happen. All right, I'm making my pink color. My brush is kind of losing its. I want to really wipe it on this edge, try to get that sharp point back so that I can get these skinny lines. Nope, I'm not. I'm going to grab a different brush and see if this one can get me a skinny edge. All right. That brush was starting to split open, so I switched to a different one. All right, we got red and blue. Let's add some magenta. And some white. Just got to get it barely light enough. So I think if you can do a bubble, then you've got a jellyfish too. You know, they're just kind of the same deal. Got tentacles coming down. But I feel like this needs, it it needs something. It needs something different. It needs like a, you know, like a little bit of a glow to it, like the bubbles. Everything else is glowing. Let's put some light in here. Let's put a little bit of red. Let's make this blending up into these areas. And then we're going to get brighter. Brighter as we go down here. Like this. And if we get a little bit yellower as it gets brighter, it's just going to be a nice lighting effect. Just add a little bit of yellow into that white. There we go. And then we'll put like a little more of that blue. We need our reflective edge. I liked it the way it was, but I thought it'd be more magical if I had a little bit of a glow. Now we're using this. Yeah, that's cool. Do a little bit darker. So I guess you go either way, you know, you just decide what you want in the middle, then make it reflecting something. Glowing jellyfish. Like I can put a little bit brighter light in the middle. Let's do brighter tentacles right in the middle. Making it more translucent again. Yeah, you know, I'm experimenting. It was just transparent, showing the water behind it at first, but then I was like, oh, but what if I want light in it? You know, that might be fun. So then what if I did this? What if I did a combo where it's like darker up here, not as much glow around the edge. We'll go darker. You can see the water through it. But then as it gets down in here, we're going to leave more of the glow inside of it. So we'll just do a real quick blend with the red and some white to get that light to gradually, I used the red to gradually blend into this light color. There, now we've got the watercolor behind it. It's got a little bit of a glow down low there. Yeah, that's kind of fun. I'm going to put bright tentacles. Now let's do like red and white. Man, that brush is junk too. These brushes. Okay. Time for me to go buy some packs of brushes. It's only a couple bucks. You know, I use the cheapest things ever. Let's do red in there, add some white. Like this. There, get some bright light in here. Ooh, that's fun. I like that bright color. I'm gonna do some more of it. Pure red right in there. And then white on top of the red. Let's put a little splash of that right in here. Like this. Go kind of around the edges. So this is like where the glow is coming from in this area right here. All right, now I just got to put little bit more of the shadowed tentacles coming down. So we'll go with the darker purpler color now and go like this. Just a little more of these darker ones in the front, like this. Let's get a little more of that blue and red. I'm going to get just a little more. All right, cool. Well, I think that about does it for a jellyfish. Good as I know how to do. Maybe a little blue in there, huh? Maybe a little bit of blue behind. Let's put a little bit of background back in there. Just paint some of the negative space. There we go. I'm just kind of spacing out the tentacles just a little bit. All right. Let's see. Looks great. Oh, thanks a lot, Noella. Hi, Melissa. Hi, thanks for tuning in. I couldn't do without this. All right, cool. All right, so right in here, you know, this is gonna need to be finished somehow. This is the last thing I'm gonna do. Then I'm just gonna give up for today. Looks great, thank you. Balances the colors out now. Looks cool. All right. Nice. I want to put like a yes. Right, because we have those colors up in there. So, you know, you need context. You're like, oh, that's the same light color. Yeah, you're right. It kind of does do that. What about the right arm? Yeah, for sure. What about it? Should I do that? Should I do the right arm right now? That's a little bit boring. I was thinking I would just do that off camera later, you know, just finish up the boring stuff. Once the concept is there, it's good. Details later. Blocking in. Yeah. Need to fix the right arm. Well, we can just do a real quick right arm here. Let's put this back here. Add a little bit of black. I don't need to break out the tubes. I had the tubes of acrylics to do it the first time, but here we can just put our colors in real quick. Maybe a little white on there. So we've got the shoulder there, we got the upper arm there, we got the lower arm right here. Then let's put some fingers in place. I'm just getting enough paint on there that I can just, you know, move it around. I'm just reapplying the same colors. Black, maroon, white. There we go. Let's put a little bit more black to be a little more of a reflective color. Little less of that brighter browner color. Okay, maybe a little bit of black under here, like this. like that. And then let's go across the arm. And then this is where I'm going to put the hand. So I'll put the back of the hand like coming out this way. And let's put the top of it right here. All right. What do you think? Maybe a hand that's like thumb going down like this. I had my sketch. I just forgot. I forgot what I did on that sketch. All right. So we're going to put paint on here. Lots of paint. Get lots of paint to work with. We're going to go finger. That'll be the thumb right there. And then this will be a finger going back. And then we'll put another finger behind that one. Like this. Yeah, I think that'll work. Done. No. Let's put the yellow on there. Let's put the yellow webbed fingers. Oh yeah, I was going to do that there too. So we need to get a little bit of light. Let's get a highlight like this. There, we got a couple fingers represented back there. Put a thumb like that. I was thinking it'd be cool if she had kind of webby fingers. Maybe like that. And now I'm just going to put the little bits of reflection back in place. We had a reflection on the shoulder right there. You got to have this to send the arm backward. Like that, like that. And now you got to have the back of the hand showing a little bit too. Let's put a little bit of white on that. A little bit of white right here. Okay, and then I'm just going to put blue behind to get rid of this fat buildup of paint that I don't want. And now I've got the right arm. Yeah, we'll do details later. So I'm just adding some blue right in here. We'll go like that. Put some blue right in here. Just got to make it match the background. I got to get the right lightness of blue. There, now I've got the arm raised up. Let's get rid of this one. Right there. Get some more of this blue. Kind of touch up our background a little bit. That's right there. And there, now she's got two arms. That does look better. It's kind of nice to see two arms on her. Of course, it is still a little bit of a weird looking arm. I'm going to put the back of her going up like this. I'm going to make that a little better foreshortening on that tail. Let's get some yellow and green like this. And put some white right here. There we go, just a little brighter. That's all I wanted to see. Just a little bit brighter. I'm going to add a little bit of red to this green to try to gradually blend it into that body, that skin color. Go like that, bring it down here a little bit. All right. That's pretty fun. I don't know what to do next. I'm all out of steam, man. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. I had a pilot fish attached to my leg. Oh, wow, that's crazy. I don't know what a pilot fish is. Phew, better. Old fingers are gone. Have those huge long fingers. Yeah. What is the most natural thing to paint? I don't know, but I do know I want to repair that hand. Here, let's put the hand back in place right here. See this right here? I want that reaching out in front of those bright bubbles. That's really important for the picture. I'm going to put that in here and go like this, fingers. Let's put some yellow in there to get the little webbies. And then I'm going to put some black right where I have that red color. Bend the fingers a little bit. So we'll go this way, bend, we'll go this way, and bend. Like this. Let's put the maroon and the black. Okay, then we'll put more right here. All right, there we go. Now we've got the hand back in place. Put a thumb right there. Isn't that fun how that orange color just, the light blasts right through it. You do that light. Do that color and you got light. I'm going to put more of my brighter orange color back in here too. Kind of backlight it. Look, we got red, yellow. Let's put a glow behind the hand again. Right there, we got red. Here's more yellow. You know, like maybe there's something in the distance here. Back in here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a split, some red coming right out of those shadows. Watch this. And then I'm going to put some white going like this, with a little bit of yellow. It's going down deep into the underwater. I'm going to put more of this red. Okay, let's go like this. And then let's put the blue on there. And then a little bit of white on the blue. Put a bit of light. Oh man, it's time for me to wrap it up. But I got sucked into a last minute idea right here. I thought it would be cool to put like a crack with maybe some underwater lava. Thank you for doing this. You're welcome. You're welcome, Bridget. Thanks for saying that. Really enjoy the live ones, says Pi. All right, cool. Think about things and redo them if necessary. It helps me free my mind from thinking things have to be perfect after one stroke. All right, cool. All right, thanks. Thanks for that nice encouragement. I appreciate that. That's good. I'm like anybody else trying to figure out, hey, what is the best thing to be doing with my time with this YouTube channel, you know? Just trying to think it through. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put a crack going right across here. Then we're going to put yellow right inside of that. And then we're going to put white right inside of that. Make some light. Come right across here. That's going to be the source of all these bubbles. They're going to come right up out of there. Like this. We're going to put red bubbles going boom, 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 boom. Right down to there. We're going to put them coming up from here. Boom, boom. Put some bright yellow in there. There, that's where they're all coming from. That's kind of fun. So now I just got to put a border on them. Let's get that blue and magenta. All right. Time to stop. I'm hogging up the spare room in my house right now. We gotta free up the space. We're sharing it. Let's do the undersides of some bubbles. Just trying to make these look like bubbles coming up out of there, rising up. All right, there we go. There we go. Let's do some dark undersides on those real quick, and then we'll be done. Just a little bit of black here and there. All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for watching. It's been a lot of fun. We're going to do another painting on Thursday. And so I didn't get into all the coral on this one. Didn't get into all the bright colors in the foreground. But hey, it's pretty fun. Pretty fun concept so far. But I'm done with it. I'm done with it, and I think a lot of other people are too. So I'm going to start a different painting on Thursday, and maybe do like a riverbed. You know, I had somebody suggest a real good idea. I think doing a stream, a riverbed with water flowing over the rocks would be cool. So I love all your suggestions. Underwater crustaceans. We got all kinds of thing in a bubble. We got octopus fighting a mermaid. But you got to pick and choose. I can't do all that. Good ideas, though. I love it. Love the ideas. And it is great, you know, to have a story. It's great to have a story with the picture. So wherever you can make the feel of a story, I think it always pays off. Here's something I was wanting to do the whole time that I didn't put in there. I wanted to make this like a big cave or a big canyon that she was swimming down into. You know, so I'm going to just put a big foreground cliff right in here. Coming up like this, opens up, goes this way. Let's put some blue in there. We're just throwing an interesting finish onto the edge here real quick. Put some blue. And then let's put some white on here. Let's go like this, put a little bit of highlight all around this edge. Now I'm going to be done. I just want this in here. I just thought like a big cliff would be cool. A big cliff coming down off the edge. Do it like that. Let's put some dark colors in there. Ooh, we can connect this one with that one. Look, that's fun perspective right there, how it comes around. Like maybe it's a shelf coming down. Be cool to put another real distant one in there too. Let's do that. Finishing touch, finishing touch. Let's put some white, blue, build out the background just a little bit more. I said I was done, but now look. Look, the ideas are beckoning. Here, let's go like this. It'll look more distant because it's lighter, closer to the color of the water. I'll bring it down in here. We'll go like this. Make it coming out. Let's add a little more black and blue down here now. All right, there we go. I got some depth. That's going to dry darker. That'll get darker. Okay. So next week we're doing river. We're doing river. I'm going to leave this unfinished picture as it is. And probably that is one of the craziest things I've ever done. And craziest pictures. It's fun though. Sponge is going, oh man, I just spit on my computer when I said that. Sponge is letting the imagination run, you know, creating what you think of. Thank you, Cordelia. Thank you for saying I'm amazing. That is not a deserved compliment, but thank you for being nice. You're never done. I know, I'm not. Joe, I think you should give this one to your daughter. Well, we'll see if she wants it, you know. Never finished. Joe Cool. Fun pick. All right. Hey, thanks for being encouraging, guys. I appreciate it. So if you want to tune in on Thursday, then we'll start a whole new concept, and I'll be getting the canvas ready in the meantime. I'm trying to figure out what happened to the camera, that huge glitch in the middle. That was crazy. All right, we'll see you guys later.